You got the crave. Don't
1994 has been a very frustrating year for the Mears gang. That is until the last stop, round number 5 of the Mickey Thompson Stadium Off-Road Racing Series at Salt Lake City, where Roger Mears Jr. won his first main event of the season. Can he make it 2 in a row? He's going to have to get past the 2 Toyotas, led by Rod Millen and Ivan Stewart. And don't forget, we're in Las Vegas, Nevada. That's the hometown of Rob McCachran, and McCachran knows it's now or never.
This is kind of a do-or-die situation for me. I'm running 3rd in points right now, so I'm going to run this truck as hard as we can and try to gain some points so we can get that driver's championship.
Las Vegas at night, and we're ready to go off-road racing. It's round number 6 of the Mickey Thompson Stadium Off-Road Racing Series. Hello again, everybody. I'm Marty Reed, and if you were with us back in April, you know how exciting the action can be here in the Sam Boyd Silver Bowl, but boy, do we have a surprise for you. But first, let's talk about the points. The championship in Grand National Sport Trucks is still at stake. 3 drivers have a legitimate shot at the crown. Leading the pack, Toyota's Rod Millen. He's got 255 points. Just 32 points behind is his Toyota teammate, Ivan Stewart. And the 3rd man in this triumvirate, Rob McCachran in the Ford, 211 points. He still has a shot at the title, but he's going to have to come up big tonight here in his hometown. Now, we talked about the track. Totally different than what we saw back in April. Much more complex, some dramatic jumps, in fact, including the Chevy Thunder Super Jump. For more, let's go to my partner. Here's Walker Evans.
Thank you, Marty. Let's start at the start-finish line and go around this track. The first thing the driver's going to see is a 180 turn. Very smooth, high speed. Down the backside, 1 major jump to contend with, and a hard left-hand turn. Back over a set of jumps, and then a right-hand turn coming right back the same direction they came from. And then, as they exit this track, they've got the big decision. Do I take the A lane or the B lane? As they come down the A lane, they've got to deal with this 3-foot jump. They're going to come up this 3-foot jump, and they're going to land some 25 feet down here on the stadium floor. This is very reminiscent of the LA Coliseum. After all, Mickey Thompson had us doing that years and years ago, and it was very exciting. Now, Danny Thompson has brought it right to Las Vegas. The drivers and the fans are going to love it.
Thanks, Walker. Time for you to make your way back up top here. We're ready to go racing. But before we do that, let's check in with the 3rd member of our broadcast team down in pit lane. Here's Mike Anson. Mike?
Thanks, Marty. I'll be down in the pits all evening covering all the action. Earlier, I got a chance to talk to some of the drivers to see what they thought about the new track configuration and the new Chevy Thunder Super Jump.
Well, the track configuration is dynamite. We go outside the stadium and we race out in the parking lot and then come back in. And the best part of it is the Chevy Thunder Super Jump. Jumping back into the stadium, we go over the football locker room, and when you're up in the air, the stadium floor disappears below you and the competition. So when you come down, you don't know if you're going to be on top of a driver or right behind him. But I doubt you're ever going to pass somebody in the air just going over the top of them. But the track is dynamite, and our trucks are working great.
It's great. You know, it's much more challenging. It's got to be great for the fans because it's certainly great for the drivers. And I like this sort of racing.
It's really a rush coming up to the jump that throws us into the stadium because all you see is sky, stands, and then you're on the ground and foot to the floor.
And right now, all the fans here at Sam Boyd Stadium getting their favorite autographs from their favorite racers. We're just about ready to go off-road racing here at the Mickey Thompson Stadium Off-Road Racing Series. Round 6 being brought to you by Chevrolet. One automotive company has won more races over the last 30 years than anyone else. Genuine Chevrolet.
No automotive company has won more races over the last 30 years than Chevrolet.
Regardless of your style, you need to express yourself. For more than 30 years, Mickey Thompson did just that. 400 miles per hour at Bonneville, the grueling deserts of Baja, drag racing, the mighty oval at Indy. Mickey Thompson has been there, Carrying on that pioneering tradition today, Mickey Thompson Tires continues to meet your need of expression with forged aluminum wheels and a wide variety of high-performance tires. Mickey Thompson, then and now, the American pioneer.
The 3M Filtrete microparticle air filter outperforms all other 1-inch filters by getting more of the small stuff that's in your air out, like more dust particles. It also traps pollen and mold, particles that could irritate your allergies. It even gets animal dander. Try the Filtrete microparticle air filter. It gets more of the small aggravating things in your air out, even smoke. Look for the complete line of 3M filters wherever you buy furnace and air conditioner filters.
320 Oak Lane, Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Mail it to 2300 Playa, San Antonio, Texas.
There really is no place like home. And many Americans own theirs today in part because of Fannie Mae. We make sure mortgage lenders have money to lend for homes. And we provide a free guide to help you decide if you're ready to buy. Call 1-800-688-HOME and Fannie Mae will put you on the path to home ownership.
Welcome back to Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas. We're here for the Mickey Thompson Stadium Off-Road Racing Series. Let's take a look at the weather conditions. Absolutely perfect here at Sam Boyd Stadium. 75, a nice breeze, about 10 miles an hour coming from the east, and not a chance of rain tonight. And as we get ready for heat race number 1, you see the trucks pulling out. It's an all Chevrolet front row. Mike Anson has more from the pits.
I'm down in the Chevy pits, and I want to tell you, they're on a roll. They're guys 1 and 2 tonight. I'm talking to Glenn Maddox, who's the manager of motorsports marketing for Chevrolet. You got to be happy 1 and 2.
We're absolutely thrilled to death. We've got Jimmy out in front. Rick Johnson's right behind him, 1 and 2. We've had great qualifying, great practice. We're just ready to go out there and compete. And we're going to have a new addition here. Mickey Thompson has come in with the new Chevy Thunder Super Jump. It's going to be a fantastic evening of racing.
Tell us a little bit about what you learned here on the racetrack, how that translates to the cars that you and I drive on the street.
When you take the development of the technology that goes into these automobiles that we race, these trucks, and you take that, we take that technology once it's developed, and we use that actually to transfer to the showroom floor. And by that I mean we use that technology in the development of our products that we build and sell through our Chevrolet dealers around the world.
There you have it. What they learn on the racetrack ends up in the cars that you and I drive on the street. Marty Walker, back to you.
Ready now for Grand National Sport Truck Heat Race number 1. Let's set the starting grid for you. On the front row, it is Chevy Thunder. Jimmy Johnson is pole position. Rick Johnson right alongside. Rod Millen and Rob McCachran in row number 2. Ivan Stewart and Jerry Welchel in row number 3. The green flag flies. Right through turns 1 and 2. Side-by-side action. Oh, and boy. Ivan Stewart, Rod Millen. Millen survives a hard hit from Jerry Welchel as he is now in second place. Rob McCachran falls all the way back to dead last as he got hung up on the hydro barrier. And now it is Jimmy Johnson first, Rod Millen second, Rick Johnson third. On the outside of Sam Boyd Stadium, here we go over the Chevy Thunder Super Jump the first time. Look at this.
And Jimmy Johnson took the A lane and he came out on top, and that was the lane that he favored all day long in practice and in qualifying today, Marty.
So 1 lap is down. Everybody survived the Chevy Thunder Super Jump. It is spectacular. Absolutely telling you the truth. It goes right over top of the locker room here at Sam Boyd Stadium. Rod Millen trying to tighten things up, the battle, and now we're going to see who comes out of A and the B side.
Well, again, Jimmy took the A lane, and here comes Rod down the B lane. We're going to find out right now which one's the quickest.
Now remember, Rod's got a little left-hander and a right-hander, and oh, not just quite fast enough as he tucks in, but he's closer. He's right on his back bumper.
It looked like he might have gained about a good truck length on that maneuver there.
Boy, Boy, I'll tell you what, Jimmy Johnson is hooked up. This is the best I've seen him drive all year long, and he's been doing some, a little contact there, but he's really been hitting the apexes, getting a good hookup with the tires, and really getting the power down to the track.
Well, Jimmy has matured as a driver, I'll tell you. He steps out of that car cool, calm, and collect. I'm really impressed with watching him today.
Now we've got the A-B lane again on the outside of the stadium. It's not as well lit. The drivers have to battle those shadows as well. Who's going to make it? Here they come back together. Oh, this time
I'd
Jimmy.
say he gained a length or so.
Absolutely. Jimmy Johnson has pulled out about a length and a half over Rod Millen. Third place is Rick Johnson. Fourth place is Ivan Stewart. And the 2 Fords are well back. Oh,
penalty box for
the Triton penalty box for Rod Millen, and this is costly.
And it had to be right here on this 180 turn on the infield right here is what caused it.
So now that changes the complexion of this race and possibly the points championship. Remember, it's Rod Millen in first in the points, Ivan Stewart second. And right now, Ivan Stewart is in front as we are on board with Jimmy Johnson. There goes Jimmy, what will be the finish line through turn 1 and 2.
Well, I'll tell you, both Chevy Thunder trucks are right where they'd like to be right now. All they have to do is just keep it smooth, keep it running, and they're going to come up with a lot of points.
There you are with the Jimmy Johnson. You got a great sound of that motor. Felt like we were right on board, literally.
I thought I was going to have to start driving for a minute, Marty.
Look at that shot as he comes over the Chevy Thunder Super Jump. It's Jimmy Johnson in control of this race. The sparks flying off the rear, those are the brakes actually firing up there.
Very coarse brake pads, and that's what happens when you run the real coarse ones. They do spark.
Nothing to worry about, though. He's under control. Rick Johnson, a little sideways there. Ivan Stewart's in third place. Rod Millen is in fourth.
Well, you know, Marty, you touched on it for a moment. Here those trucks are out here in this bright, what you might well call it, sunlight. It's so bright on the track. Now they drive into the backfield back there. It's really a lot darker. Their eyes have to adjust. They have to make some necessary changes.
Well, you did this at the Los Angeles Coliseum when you'd go outside the peristyles. Tell us what it's really like.
Well, I'll tell you, as a driver's point of view, now all of a sudden the lights go out. It's like driving through Baja. You're in a big main city, and boom, you're out in the outskirts. Your eyes have to take an adjustment. By that time, you're already back into the thing. It's very tough for these guys.
Well, right now, Jimmy Johnson doesn't seem to be having any problem as he is out in front. Now, he has won a heat race before this year. He has yet to win a main event this season for Chevy Thunder. Rick Johnson won the first 2 rounds. He finds himself in second place to his Chevy teammate as they head up into that back section of the race course. Here we come one more time. Boy, that is pretty.
Beautiful. And you could notice the shadows that we were talking about earlier, Martin.
White flag is out. One more lap to go. There you get a great shot of Rick Johnson. He's trying to catch up. He's not going to do it. The only way Rick Johnson's going to have a chance is if his teammate literally takes a header.
And let's not talk about that.
I'll tell you, the way Jimmy has driven through practice and qualifying, it would surprise me if he'd make any mistakes tonight. He seems to just be in that zone.
He definitely was on a monorail when it come time to qualify today. Did everything perfect.
He stuck a number out there that literally stood everybody on their ear. Here he comes, the last time. Jimmy Johnson, the checkered flag. The 19-year-old sensation wins heat race number 1 here tonight at Sam Boyd Stadium. Second place to Rick Johnson. Third place goes to Ivan Stewart. Fourth place to Rod Millen. More off-road racing excitement from Sam Boyd Stadium. Don't go anywhere.
I really hate it when you're buying a new car and they quote you a real low price. But it's like for a stripped car, right? No AC, no airbag, and no anti-lock brakes. So the real price is thousands more. But at General Motors, they have a better way called value pricing, where all that stuff's included for one low sticker price. And it's way lower than most anything else you're gonna look at. Hey, no-brainer.
The Ford dealers told me about a great way to get a car. You lease it for just 2 years, and then you can buy it. Or you can walk away and get something new. You know, this is a great excuse to do something really crazy. Kind of like get a new Mustang. Hey, it's only a couple of years, okay? I love this love it or leave it plan.
Sports news.
Coach Antonius Priscillis suspended Davy Phillips today.
Calling the player an errant knave.
A rogue. A scoundrel.
Double-crossing, no-good, low-down snipe.
They exchanged heated words.
Then they all sat down, talked it out.
Sports Night. What's next in sports news? Live Tuesday through Friday at 5 on ESPN2.
Marty Reed, Walker Evans, and Mike Hansen back with you. Round number 6 of the Mickey Thompson Stadium Off-Road Racing Series. We're in Las Vegas, Nevada, and this is heat race action from the American Racing Custom Wheels Sport Utility. Tommy Croft took the early lead. This was the action back in the pack, and boy, it was furious.
Well, it certainly was. There's a great shot of Rick Scalzo and T.J. Clark.
Those guys going after each other, and it was Scalzo getting in front of T.J. Clark. But the man that neither of them could track down was our eventual winner and current points leader and defending champion Tommy Croft, as he just continues to dominate this class.
Well, he certainly does. He literally owns it.
And that brings us to the main event for the American Racing Custom Wheel Sport Utility. Starter Bill Rickey has the flag in hand, and we're underway. Main event action, American Racing Custom Wheel Sport Utilities. Who's going to have the lead down into turn number 2? It's the number 41 of Rick Scalzo. Robert Gayton right behind him. In fact, Gayton gets together with Scalzo as they head for turn 4. Scalzo has the inside line. Gayton getting hung out to dry. Here comes T.J. Clark in third. Right on top of him, riding piggyback. And we've got Scalzo going over. And new leader as Scalzo literally right in the middle of the track. Now they've split the A and the B lanes. T.J. Clark took the A lane. Gayton took the B. Who's going to come out on top? It's going to be T.J. Clark, Robert Gayton in second.
And there goes Tommy Croft. He's into third place.
Croft has moved into third as Gayton closes on T.J. Clark. There you get to see the first 4. That's Gayton following T.J. Clark. And then there in third place is Tommy Croft, Brad Person in fourth. It is really starting to tighten up. And here comes Tommy Croft putting pressure on T.J. Clark. Whoa, Gayton gets sideways and almost rolls it over. All right, Gayton takes the A lane. T.J. takes the B lane. And Tommy Croft followed our leader, Robert Gayton. So Gayton has got Tommy Croft now in second place right behind him. So bad move for T.J. Clark as it didn't pay off going to the B side. Oh, and Gayton gets up on the bicycle.
Yep. And just put Tommy in an ideal spot. All he has to do is just stay there.
I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter where Tommy Croft starts on the grid. Sooner or later, you're going to have to deal with him up front.
Well, that's why he's been champion for, what, 3 years in a row or something?
I'll tell you, he is just an incredible driver here in the American Racing Custom Wheel Sport Utility category. Oh, and Robert Gayton has rolled it over back on the uphill portion, just before you get to the uphill portion as you head out onto the backside. So what started out as a very promising race for Robert Gayton has turned into an upside-down disaster. And he is still in the car. We'll keep you posted on that. Oh, T.J. Clark gets up on the bicycle. The workers now getting him out of there. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to get the car rolled over without creating... There he is. He's okay. Now the battle is for second, really. There you see Brad Person, number 10, and T.J. Clark duking it out. And they are well back now, about 12 to 13 car lengths behind leader Tommy Croft. Someday we got to ask him why he makes it look so easy. Here he comes. comes the last time over the Chevy Thunder Super Jump, and the checker flags are out for Tommy Croft as he takes his 4th win of the year here at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Have you checked the heating and cooling system on your car yet?
Oh, sure.
Overheated? Mm-hmm. No heat? Now's the time to replace your radiator cap and thermostat with genuine Stat parts to avoid boilover, and so you'll always have heat when you need it. Feel better now. Mm-hmm. For the names of Stat retailers in your area, call 1-800-CAR-TEMP.
With Minwax polyurethane, you can do more than admire your wood. You can live with it, too, because Minwax contains pure urethane oil to protect wood while giving it beauty you can really live with. Minwax keeps wood beautiful.
Arrow, the maker of the world-famous T50 staple gun tacker, introduces the Brute, a complete line of heavy-duty tape measures with non-slip hook, contoured design with easy-to-work lock. For the professional and the do-it-yourselfer, Arrow measures up.
You have seen the masters of the game. And what have you learned? Stockton's Secret of the Green, Colbert's Path Out of the Trap, Trevino's Answer to the Blue, Albus's Way Through the Chasm, and the Labyrinth of Your Mind. Remember, we all want the lesson. That's why we watch the Ka'anapali Classic. Let ESPN show us the way. Beginning Friday afternoon, live at 3 Eastern.
It's round number 6 of the Mickey Thompson Stadium Off-Road Racing Series. Tonight, we're in Las Vegas, Nevada, and let's pick up heat race action. Heat number 1 of the Superlights. What a great battle between teammates. Casey Mears on the right side of the screen, and there, Rennie Owana.
Well, here comes C.J. Mears right down out. Great shot coming out of there. Rennie also. Rennie sees him on the gas too hard, and look what's happened.
Now, Rennie was in the points championship race, and at this moment, it looked like his points title hopes would be over, as C.J. Mears would go on to take the heat race win. There's Casey, the son of Roger Mears, taking the double checker flag. In heat race number 2, Greg George had the big opportunity. He could widen his lead, but all of a sudden, his machine breaks, and that lets Rennie Owana back into the championship race. Now, Andrew Buck took over the lead at this point. We thought he would cruise to victory, Walker, but it was not to happen.
No, it certainly wasn't. He made a mistake, drives up on the barrier, has to back up and get himself free.
And that opened the door for number 10, Mercedes Gonzalez. She would end up winning the heat race, setting up the action as we would go to the finals. Ready now for the Superlight main event. Let's set the starting grid for you. On the front row, it'll be Keith Ellers and Lance Grimmett. Joe Price and Shannon Millen in row 2. And our heat race winners, Mercedes Gonzalez and Casey Mears in row 3. Ron Buccieri, Stacy Fay in row 4. Then Alex Briones and Troy Lindhorst in row 5. Todd Whitman and Andrew Buck in row 6. Steve Cobb, Chris Barella in row 7. Bill Waltman, Rick Marshall in row 8. Kane Smee, Douglas Goodenough in row 9, and Shannon Powell and Greg George in row number 10. And Greg George does make it for the main event, but points leader Rennie Owana does not. So an opportunity for Greg George, who broke in his heat race, to manage to score some points. But Casey Mears could be the guy to pick up the most. Mears, who came into this heat, or this main event, in 3rd place with a win, could put himself right back into the title hunt with 1 race remaining.
Well, that's what's so great about these little bitty Superlights. You never can tell which is what's going to happen until it's all over. After all, the last heat race, the last lap, boom, they come right back in, and like what Shannon Millen did, put herself back up.
Right now, Keith Ellers has got the early lead as they come over the Chevy Thunder Super Jump the first time. And Casey Mears has shot into 2nd place. 3rd place right now is Lance Grimmett. And Grimmett, that number 50, that is an antique as far as Superlights.
And here it is, right up in 3rd place, running with them again.
In 4th place is Joe Price. And a good battle going on right now as Casey Mears is beginning to close down on Keith Ellers. And Casey looks so good in his heat race. You get this feeling, Walker, it's just a matter of time before he's going to pass Ellers.
Well, he really did look smooth in his heat race, the one that he won. And I'll tell you, That's a knack of the mirrors. They always find those nice lines and learn how to drive them in a hurry.
Well, here we go over the Chevy Thunder Super Jump, and Eller still has the lead, but it is going to be close. It's about, let's say a bumper width. CJ, Casey on the outside. Can he make it stick? Can he get the shot down on the inside? Ehlers has got to move over and protect his position, and he does. The battle for the lead is still going on. There is Keith Ehlers, second place, Casey Mears. Just to let you know, Greg George has moved up to 7th spot. So Greg George is passing people left and right.
And you know how he's doing it, Marty? He is not lifting, he's making the double down here, and not another one of the cars is doing that.
And here goes a pass for the lead, as on the A-B lanes, Casey Mears has shot into the lead. Earlier this year, in super light competition, Casey Mears won his first main event on his birthday, which was March 12th back in Seattle. Oh, and that's Keith Ehlers. Ehlers snaps a wheel and goes over. So Keith Ehlers has got a big problem. Now Mercedes Gonzalez, just to the left of there, was a 3-vehicle traffic jam between Lance Grommet, Mercedes Gonzalez, and the number 14 of Alex Briones. So that's going to shake up our leaderboard here at Las Vegas. White flag has just been given to the race leader. That gives you an idea. Look at them. The lead is just huge. They were coming over the Chevy Thunder Super Jump, second and third place, that is, when the white flag was displayed to Casey Mears. And now Greg George is all over second place, Joe Price, and there is the shot of Casey Mears. We'll keep you posted on second place. Here it is. As Greg George, lap traffic again, has held him up. He was going to do that inside undercut move and was not able to pull it off. Now it's a drag race, and there's Greg George into second.
And notice how he did it?
Over that double.
That's right.
You know what? You keep this up, somebody will think you'll know a lot about off-road racing. Here's the winner. Casey Mears makes a big statement and a big move in the points. Picks up 20 for the win. And second place to Greg George. What a rebound for him after a disastrous heat race. Third place to Joe Price. Stay with us. We'll talk to our winner right after this.
This is the desert. And these are Chevy trucks. About the only thing growing out here is our reputation. Chevy trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
Do you know which types of mutual funds are performing best right now? Get the answers when you subscribe to the Wall Street Journal. Call now and you'll also get a free guide to understanding money and investing. It focuses on the risks and the rewards of investments. Get your guide free when you subscribe to the Wall Street Journal. Get 10 weeks of the journal for just $36 and the guide free with your paid subscription. Call toll-free 800-293-8400. That's 800-293-8400.
Hi, this is Chris Myers. Hoping you'll join Keith Olbermann and me later for SportsCenter, the AL Cy Young winner, Cone or Key. Haas speaks out on Shell and a look at Dennis Rodman's troubles in San Antonio. SportsCenter at 11:30 Eastern.
Back in Las Vegas, Nevada for the 6th round of the Mickey Thompson Stadium Off-Road Racing Series. Let's go to victory lane. Joe Benson is caught up with Casey Mears.
Congratulations.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah! Woo!
Second main event win this year.
Hey, man, this is awesome. This is the first time I've got fast qualifier, won a heat race, and won a main. I took it all. This is awesome.
You look great out there.
Thank you very much. Hey, I got to thank Nature's Recipe, BFG. Everything was great. The team really hustled tonight on Greg's car. They did a great job. I'm really proud of them.
We're in the pits with Jim White, who's the director of racing for the Mickey Thompson Entertainment Group. And we all know the racing is rough and tumble, but there has to be a limit. And putting the limit on that is the Rough Driving Committee. Tell us about that committee.
Well, the Rough Driving Committee is made up of a bunch of ex-racers. They still race in different venues, but not with our racing any longer. They've all raced with us one time or another. They oversee all the classes that go on out there. they look for incidental or on-purpose type bumping, grinding, whatever you want to call it out there. And there's a penalty box, a Triton penalty box out there on the track that will pull them in there and put them in there for a 5-second count. Or if it's something that we didn't catch in time or they didn't catch in time, then we'll go ahead and put the penalty on after the race before the next heat race or main event.
How do the racers react to that? Normally, they're probably all going to complain, but if everybody gets treated the same, in the end, don't they appreciate having the committee?
Absolutely. I mean, that's why the committee came about in the mid-'80s, I think it was, and it was just something to even out the racing. I mean, before it was just the trucks would come in, the cars would come in, there'd be no sheet metal left on them. They needed some kind of evening out there to really watch over it. Yeah, they all appreciate it. I mean, there's times that obviously they're not happy with the call, but after they think about it and it happens to one of their competitors, they're happy.
Now, where does the committee sit and how are they in communication with you?
They sit in the same booth that the NFL instant replay would be, because that's where we have the cameras off the ESPN trucks are in there with the monitors, and they've got VCRs in there, and they can review tapes as they go throughout the night.
Generally, how quickly do they make a decision? It's really almost a snap decision. They can look at the tapes, but they've got to come up with it pretty quickly.
The sooner the better. I mean, the drivers and riders would much rather be penalized out there on the track, sending them to the penalty box, than doing it later by their finishing positions. None of them are happy with it that way. So yeah, they need to make it right away as quick as possible, but if it's a marginal call, they'll go back after the race, they'll look at tapes, and then they will assess the penalty after that.
The racing is always fast and furious, but there are limits. Marty, Walker, back to you in the booth.
Thanks, Mike. We're getting ready now for Grand National Sport Trucks Heat Race number 2. You can see the pressure etched in the eyes of Rob McCachran.
Toyota has won more off-road championships than anyone. But winning isn't everything. Building better trucks is. So after every race, we take our trucks apart, piece by piece. We look for ways to make them even more powerful, even more durable. Because whether we're building a one-of-a-kind racing machine or your one and only truck, at Toyota, our minds are always racing.
Introducing the Dremel Moto Tool. You cut, we cut. You sharpen, we sharpen. You polish, we polish. You drill, we drill. You clean, we clean. You sand, we sand. You grind, we grind. You hammer. Did I mention we cut? The Dremel Moto Tool, with more than 150 available accessories. Why settle for some 2-bit Christmas gift?
Call for the guide to understanding money and investing. It's free when you subscribe to the Wall Street Journal. Do you know? How do you find investment opportunities in emerging markets? What are the risks and rewards of buying stocks on margin? Get the answers. Get the guide when you subscribe to the Wall Street Journal. Call now for your free Wall Street Journal guide to understanding money and investing. It focuses on the risks and the rewards of investments so you can make informed choices. Make your money work harder than ever. Call now to get your guide free when you subscribe to the Wall Street Journal, where you'll find information you need to get ahead and stay there. News, insight, and analysis that can affect decisions you make, from world events to issues that mean the world to you. The Wall Street Journal hits home every business day. Get 10 weeks of the Journal for just $36 and the Guide to Understanding Money and Investing free with your paid subscription. Call toll-free 800-628-1100. That's 800-628-1100.
Let's set the starting grid for you now for heat race number 2. Grand National Sport Trucks on the front row. It's all Ford. Rob McCachran and Jerry Welchel. Toyota on row 2. Rod Millen and Ivan Stewart. And Rick Johnson and Jimmy Johnson in the Chevrolets in row number 3. We're inverted as of the results of the first heat race. That's why the Chevys are in the back. They finished 1-2. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. 30 points now separate Rod Millen and Ivan Stewart, first and second in the Drivers' Championship. So Ivan is cut into Rod's lead. And right now he is in front of his Toyota teammate and in second place overall. Trying to get around Jerry Welcher, who's got the early lead. Rob McCachran is side by side with the Iron Man.
The Iron Man just pulled out front, and he's taken the B lane.
time down over the Chevy Thunder Super Jump. Will it be? Yes, it will be the Ford of Jerry Welchel, followed by Ivan Stewart's Toyota and the Ford of Rob McCachran. Then in 4th place it is Rod Millen. 5th place is Jimmy Johnson. 6th place is Rick Johnson. Here's the battle as they head to turn 4. 180-degree right-hander. Welchel gets a little wide, but Ivan cannot get the power down. Looks like right now the track, after being re-groomed, Ivan, maybe some of these guys picked the wrong tire combination.
Well, it does look real slippery. They're not being able to stick on the pole like they should. And I just noticed that Ivan gave up that B lane and he's gone to the A lane. Here he comes. We're going to have a very close one right in here. Well, it's about stayed where they were.
So it is still Jerry Welchel out front, Ivan Stewart second, Rob McCachran in third. It is a Ford sandwich with the Toyota being the meat.
Well, I'll tell you, if Ivan can do anything about it, he's going to try to get it up front.
It seems like they're not getting the side bite that they did in the heat race number 1.
Well, you know that intermission, they went out there and they watered this track pretty dramatically. I saw a lot of water being put down.
Yeah, I don't think the guys that were grooving tires were quite ready for this. But it's the same for everybody, and it looks like everybody's having the same problem. Right now, here comes Jerry Welchel. Welchel doing a fine job as, McCachran almost got around Ivan Stewart for second place. And now it's side by side for second place down into turn number 3. And McCachran forces his way through. Strong pass. Now can he hold it? Gets a little sideways. So now it is Jerry Welchel, Rob McCachran, Ivan Stewart, and Rod Millen, 1, 2, 3, 4. Rick Johnson is 5th. Jimmy Johnson is 6th.
And Ivan got a little bit eager, and his teammate just went by him.
And Rod Millen, in the quest for the Drivers' Championship, goes back out in front of Ivan Stewart over the Chevy Thunder Super Jump one more time. And here come the 2 Fords. Jerry Welchel, this is the finest we've seen him drive. And here we are on board. Take a look at this view.
Oh, a little hike.
That was Rick Johnson getting up, and it cost him a position. You're on board with Jimmy Johnson.
Well, Marty, you're absolutely right. I've never seen Welchel drive a truck as smooth as he's driving right now.
Jerry Welchel, of course, a multi-time winner in Super 1600 competition, but this is the first time as he comes over the Chevy Thunder Super Jump one more time. This is the first time that he's been racing trucks on a regular basis. Stepped in when Danny Thompson retired to take over the reins of the Mickey Thompson Entertainment Group, and is doing a super job right now in this heat race. Look at the launch that he is getting over that double jump. Everybody's still close enough within striking distance. We'll have 2 laps remaining this time by. This is still anybody's race. Welchel's got about a 3 truck length lead.
And that's over his own teammate.
Rod Millen and Jimmy Johnson has gotten around Ivan Stewart thanks to the Chevy Thunder Super Jump. He took the B lane and managed to get around the Ironman. So now it is Rick Johnson in fourth.
And Rick has just cut him out too, almost.
Ivan's got his hands full.
Ivan pulled his way. He's going to the penalty box on that one.
Okay, you heard it. As we're on board with the Jimmy Johnson.
Look at Ricky's.
Getting physical back there. Whoa, look how close we come to the wall. While you're watching this, we'll let you know that Jerry Welchel is still out there. White flag is out, and the penalty flag is coming out this time by.
I told you.
It is for Ivan Stewart.
You bet.
Ivan Stewart is going to get a penalty. Oh, and he's got into Rick Johnson. You see all that action back there? And Ivan ignores the penalty box flag. This is going to cost him after this race is over. We'll see what happens in the point situation. The battle back there is still continuing, and Jerry Welchel is on his way to taking this heat race win. over the jump one more time. Perfect. Rob McCachran in second. Rod Millen will finish third. And fourth place will be Jimmy Johnson. Fifth will be Rick. And Ivan Stewart's going to finish dead last, so I don't know how much more they can penalize him. In victory lane, Joe Benson's caught up with our winner.
Jerry Welchel, congratulations.
Yeah! Third race out, heat race win. Thank you, Ford. BF Goodrich. Man, Rough Riders invincible. Woo!
Well, Jerry, you better save some of that adrenaline. You've got a Super 1600 final coming up next.
Seven of this year's 10 best from Car and Driver magazine just happened to be from Honda, Acura, Mazda, Chrysler Plymouth, Jeep Eagle, and Dodge. And that just happens to be everything the Norm Reeves Super Group in Temecula sells. You'll find 7.5 acres of these cars, trucks, and vans to choose from, all in one place, and all backed by Norm Reeves' exclusive price protection guarantee. Super prices, super selection. The Norm Reeves Super Group in Temecula, I-15 at Winchester Road.
4 action-filled days, 4 entertaining nights, 4 dining, 4 rooms, 4 excitement. Dial 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN, 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN for free information on a value-packed summer getaway to the Colorado River and Laughlin, Nevada. 1-800-452-8445. For the fun of it, for Laughlin.
Tomorrow night at 9 Eastern, Anthony Stevens and James Hughes battle for the welterweight championship. Top Rank Boxing on ESPN.
Hi, this is Chris Myers. Hoping you'll join Keith Olbermann and me later for SportsCenter. The AL Cy Young winner, Connor Key. Haas speaks out on Shell and a look at Dennis Rodman's troubles in San Antonio. SportsCenter at 11:30 Eastern.
Marty Reed, Walker Evans, and Mike Hansen back with you at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's round number 6 of the Mickey Thompson Stadium Off-Road Racing Series. And let's pick up the action in the heat race for Super 1600s. And keep an eye on the number 1 in row number 3 on the outside. That's Jerry Welchel, defending champion. He's going for his 3rd title in a row. And we are about to experience one of the most bizarre things we've seen all season long.
Well, here we are at the first 180 turn, a bottleneck in my lane. Take a look at Jerry Welchel took a hit and went over the barricades and into the other lane.
So he cuts off about 50 feet of the course. The rule book states that if you cut the course, you are going to get a penalty flag. So at this point, Jerry's got a good-sized lead over 2nd and 3rd place, and he's trying to stretch it out because he knows he's going to go to the Triton penalty box.
Well, he definitely needs to stretch it out because he's going to be having to park this car.
Now, the question was, how long would the penalty be? And as they come over the Chevy Thunder Super Jump, you can see just how far. Look at the lower left-hand screen. That's Jerry. And here comes 2nd and 3rd place, Gary Gall, in front of Kevin Smith. Now, down the end of this straightaway, this is where the Triton penalty box is located, and it was a very quick 5 count. We thought it would be at least a 5 count.
It looked to me like just a stop and go, Marty.
And what ends up happening, look at the acceleration he gets coming off. He thought we were going to see him in 3rd place at least, and he ends up right in the battle for the lead and takes the lead again.
It didn't take a thing away from him. He had a great acceleration coming out of there and went straight into the lead.
So it was Jerry Welchel first, followed by Gary Gall and Kevin Smith. And Jerry, from this point on, would stretch the lead and win the heat race. It would set up the main event showdown, and we'd find out whether or not Jerry Welchel could win his all-time record-leading 22nd main event win in Super 1600. We're ready now for the main event here in Las Vegas. Round number 6, the Mickey Thompson Stadium Off-Road Racing Series, Super 1600. We get the green flag and we're underway. Bill Goshen taking the lead into turn number 3. Goshen with Gary Gall and Kevin Smith. Now remember, when we were here in April, it was Kevin Smith who won the main event. He said earlier tonight, I said, "You're going to make it 2 in a row?" He says, "Oh yeah." I think Jerry Welchel might have something to say about that.
Well, I like his confidence, that's for sure.
Hey, if you don't think you're going to win, why are you out there?
Absolutely the truth.
Almost nose heavy there for Kevin Smith. There's Jimmy Nichols, and it's a drag race heading down the turn 1s and 2. It is still Goshen. What's amazing to me is Jerry Welchel has not been able to get around Gary Gall for 3rd.
Well, he made a move on him right there.
Oh, and Gary Gall has slowed down. Gary Gall's broken a right front wheel, and now Bill Goshen has been passed as he got hung up on the hydro barrier, and Kevin Smith is your new leader. Bill Goshen is second, Jimmy Nichols third, fourth is Jerry Welchel.
I think we're going to see a penalty box visit on this one, though.
Now Kevin Smith, one back here in April. He likes Las Vegas. Obviously, he's a gambler.
Yeah.
You know, the thing you have to realize is there's only two guys that have won main events this year. Jerry Welchel won at Anaheim, one at San Diego, and one at Seattle. Then all of a sudden we came to Las Vegas, and it was Kevin Smith who got into victory lane. And then back at Salt Lake, Kevin won again. Can he make it 3 in a row? And we'd send it to round number 7, the final round, as a rubber match. And we can tell you, look at there, there's Jerry Welchel getting around both. Oh, and look out as Goshen got hung up in the hydro barrier. That's going to put an end to his race moment. He looks like he's sandwiched in there.
I think he's there to stay.
So now Jerry Welchel has moved into second place, but he has got a long way to go to catch up to our race leader, Kevin Smith. Let me ask you, out of all the tracks you used to drive on in this series, what was the one you always felt like you were hooked up for the best?
I would probably, I won right here. I love this track. We weren't going up over.
Oh, no! Kevin Smith has made a major error.
And just handed the race over to Jerry. How could what happened there?
He got hung up on the double jump, had the wheel hooked the hydro barrier, and it took him right into the concrete barrier at the end of the football stadium here at Sam Boyd.
You're absolutely right.
He is going to be having nightmares about that mistake for weeks to come. He has handed the race to Jerry Welchel, and 22-year-old Kevin Smith
has got to be beside himself right now.
It's one thing when you get beaten on the racetrack. When you beat yourself, boy, you literally beat yourself up later in the trailer.
Oh, yeah.
Welchel, the final time around, he'll come over the Chevy Thunder Super jump the last time. At least the last time in this vehicle. He still has one more race to go in Grand National Sport Trucks, and the checkered flag flies as Jerry Welchel wins for the 4th time here in 1994, puts a lock on the Drivers' Championship. For another year, he'll maintain that #1.
Ask yourself, what's in it for you?
We used it when we bought our camera, our air conditioner,
VCRs, cassette deck,
bicycles.
I bought a lawnmower.
Bought my car.
This is Consumer Reports, and what's in it for you is what's in it.
I'm using it right now to buy this dishwasher.
Everything from cookies to cars, hot dogs to home insurance. And now you can learn what's in it for you by subscribing to Consumer Reports. Get the next 12 issues plus your bonus $19.95 buying guide for only $22.
It tells you what to look for.
You'll also receive the current 1994 buying guide plus how to clean practically anything.
They give you the truth.
Our testing is totally independent.
They don't take advertising.
We buy everything at retail just like you. So call this number now to start getting the next 12 issues of Consumer Reports, plus the 1994 and 1995 buying guides, plus how to clean practically anything. Consumer Reports, what's in it for you is what's in it.
Big, big savings.
Won't you be part of the watch program?
Tomorrow night at 9 Eastern, Anthony Stevens and James Hughes battle for the welterweight championship. Top Rank Boxing on ESPN.
Stadium off-road racing action continues from Sam Boyd. We're glad to have you with us. All right, it's time for the showdown in Grand National Sport Truck action. Let's set the starting grid for you here for the main event. In row number 1, it'll be Rick Johnson and Rob McCachran. Row 2, Ivan Stewart and Rod Millen. And in row 3, Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Welchel. Bill Rickey waves the green flag, and we are underway. Oh, and Ivan is up on the bicycle, and this is going to be deadly.
Oh,
that's a Rod Millen. Pardon me, I got the solid number 4. It turns out to be number 1. So a big opportunity for Ivan Stewart and Rob McCachran. Those are the guys that are trying to track him down in the points championship. Right now, it is Ricky Johnson in front of Ivan Stewart, and Rob McCachran is 3rd. Jimmy Johnson is 4th. 5th place is Jerry Welchel, and Rod Millen is last. What a turn of events this could be. Here we come over the Chevy Thunder Super Jump, and it will be Ricky Johnson, Ivan Stewart, and Jimmy Johnson has moved around Rob McCachran.
Away from the back, I can't believe it.
Boy, he is hooked up. Jimmy won heat race number 1, and boy, look at the way he is getting around this track.
It's as though he owns this track tonight. Look at this.
And Rick Johnson tries to open up about 3 truck lengths on Ivan Stewart. Ivan launches kind of high there, but manages to hold on to it. Rick Johnson gets up on the bicycle outside the stadium. Back in front of this very responsive Las Vegas crowd. They are cheering every time these guys come over that jump.
Ricky lost a little ground there to Ivan. Boy, he can't afford to be doing that.
Ivan almost slid into him also. Managed to get control. On board now with Jimmy Johnson. Oh, up on the bicycle.
With Rick again.
Rick Johnson opens the door for Ivan Stewart. Jimmy Johnson right behind Rob McCachran. This is a great 4-truck race. Jimmy Johnson and Rod Millen have lost contact. In fact, Millen is way back. I don't know if there's something wrong with the truck or not.
It is hard to say. I really don't know either.
Over the Chevy Thunder Super Jump, the race to the finish line, it will be the Chevrolet of
Look at this.
Rick Johnson. Oh, and Ivan gets up on the bicycle.
On the bicycle, right.
And Jimmy Johnson, oh, wouldn't
Make
this
it stick, Rick. I mean, Jimmy. And he did.
And Ivan's under attack from McCachran. Oh, and Ivan noses it. Noses the truck into the corner, and now as you look at Rick Johnson, Ivan is dropped back to 4th. That
I am telling you, that is the break the Chevrolets need. That stopped Ivan dead in his tracks. Did you notice that?
Yeah, you know, he stands over 6 feet tall. He might be about 5'11" right now. All right, it is all Chevrolet at this point.
They have to know that, too.
Rick Johnson, Jimmy.
Whoa. Settle down. My land, he hit the wall, come ricocheting off.
Tore off the right quarter panel, but he's still running.
That's all right, as long as he's got tires.
And Jerry Welchel got hung up on the hydro barrier, as did Rob McCachran. The man who inherits 3rd place is Ivan Stewart, and Rod Millen is still dead last. So let's set this for you. You've got 2 Chevrolets up front. Rick Johnson in front of Jimmy Johnson. In 3rd place is Ivan Stewart in the Toyota. 4th place is Rob McCachran in the Ford. His teammate Jerry Welchel's 5th, and Rod Millen, our points leader, is dead last.
And Jimmy just hikes it in the little sweeper down here and lost another car lane.
There are the 2 Chevrolets. Oh, Rick Johnson gets a little wide, opens the door for teammate Jimmy. We got ourselves a race between the Chevy Thunder.
There's going to be a disappointed owner and boss if these 2 trucks take each other out.
John Nelson, the team owner. Ivan Stewart well back in 3rd. Oh, and again, Rick Johnson, that's about the 3rd time this lap that he's hiked it up.
Yep.
Now, too much side bite, obviously. The track drying out.
Either that or he's anticipating it to slide. It goes over and hooks up against the dry cushion.
Okay. 4 laps. Look at the margin.
Yeah.
There are the 2 Chevrolets. Drag race. We're heading for turn 4. Oh, and they're into each other. Jimmy has got it. The 19-year-old upstart just takes the lead from his hero.
This has just been his night, or you might say day, in Las Vegas.
All right, this would be his first main event win if he can pull it off. And you want to talk about excitement?
Oh.
Don't lose your cameras, because this will be one heck of a celebration. 3 laps remaining.
I can remember when he won his first heat race, he says, "Party at my house." Well, guess where it'll be tonight if he wins this one.
On board with Jimmy. This is what it looks like out the back. And I'll tell you what, Walker, there is nothing Rick Johnson can do.
No. I no more got done saying that I thought Jimmy's car was kind of handling a little bad, and he takes Rick and just runs right on away from it.
This time by, here he comes. 2 laps remaining. All right, let's set it for you. Remember, Rick Johnson won our first 2 events at Anaheim and San Diego. Then Rod Millen won at Seattle and Las Vegas, and Roger Mears Jr. at Salt Lake City. This will be the first career win in Grand National Sport Truck action for Jimmy Johnson if he can negotiate the remaining half lap that he has remaining in this race. He has opened up a 10 truck length lead over teammate Rick Johnson, and it's another 10 truck lengths back to Ivan Stewart.
Just getting ready to say nobody's even threatening Rick.
Here we go. The white flag lap. One more time around.
That's a beautiful sign for Jimmy. He loves to see that.
He's got to know he can look out his left window and see the lead.
Yeah.
He's going to love Las Vegas and this super jump. This has just been an incredible day.
Yeah.
He took the pole, stood everybody on their ears. I mean, everybody just looked at their watches and said, what?
They couldn't believe it.
It was a tremendous heat race win. And he is about to take his first checkered flag. Watch this, folks. He is going to be one happy 19-year-old.
Right down here. He's going to spin it.
There he goes.
I knew it.
Second place to Rick Johnson. Third place, Ivan Stewart. Fourth place to Rob McCachran. Fifth place to Rod Millen. Jerry Welchel will bring it home in sixth.
Hey, Bill. Why are your students adding Rizlone to their oil? Because Rizlone's the original engine treatment. It removes harmful engine deposits. See, for new cars, Rizlone prevents harmful sludge buildup, maintains powerful performance longer. In older cars, it penetrates restricted oil passages, cleans vital parts, quiets noisy valves and lifters.
Sounds good. I'll use Rizlone with my next oil change.
Call for this free booklet, 1-800-RIZLONE.
Maybe it's our rugged shift-on-the-move four-wheel drive. Maybe it's our high-track independent suspension. Or maybe our powerful V6. Whatever the reason, 1993 was the 14th year in a row 4x4 buyers made Toyota the best-selling compact 4x4. Hey, maybe nobody wants to walk home from here. Toyota trucks, you just gotta love them.
Bowling is all cause and effect. Release, hook, approach, action, reaction. Momentum, angle, anticipation, pocket, rotation, and impact cause the desired effect. Bowling, tomorrow on ESPN.
Just about ready to put a wrap on round number 6 in the Mickey Thompson Stadium Off-Road Racing Series, but we've got to go to Victory Lane where we're going to see one heck of a celebration. First-time winner, Jimmy Johnson.
Man, it's a dream come true for me to end up here on Victory Stand after winning a main event for Chevrolet, and I tell you, I can't be more happy than anyone else in the entire world. Big thanks to Chris James, my mechanic, Pops Nelson, Johns Nelson, and the entire Nelson & Nelson crew. Big thanks to American Racing Wheels, BF Goodrich Tires, and let's win the last one, too.
Victory celebration between teammates Jimmy Johnson on the left, Rick Johnson on the right, and let's take a look at the points, because what it does, take a look at Jimmy Johnson in third place with 74 points, vaults into third behind Rod Millen and Ivan Stewart, ahead of Rick Johnson and Rob McCachran. But any one of those five still has a mathematical shot. In the Manufacturers' Championship, it's Toyota, Chevrolet, Ford, and then Nissan. That's going to about do it for us this time. For Walker Evans and Mike Anson, I'm Marty Reed. Thanks for joining us here on the Mickey Thompson Stadium Off-Road Racing Series. Round 6 has been brought to you by Toyota and their full line of quality cars and trucks. Toyota, I love what you do for me. This has been a presentation of Mars Incorporated in association with ESPN.